Guardians of the Cosmic Clocks, The Emerald Tablets. Book 1. Written and narrated by Jabril Yousef Faraj. For all the little girls and boys who are destined to change the world. Chapter 1. How much is ever enough? As a blood-red sun descended over the Nashville evergreens, a little black girl peered out her second-story window, gazing longingly at the horizon. It was the last day of summer, and Zya Nicole Jenkins didn't want it to end. Zya, an old soul in the body of a 12-year-old, sat on her bed, back arrow straight with one leg tucked underneath. Staring off into the sky, she mindlessly stroked the coat of her dachshund beagle, Hercules. The big brown egg of a spot over his eye made him look sad most of the time. But Zya knew the truth. He was simply unimpressed. "Yeah, you and me both," she whispered, scratching him right between the eyes. Zya was jealous of Herc sometimes. Her calendar was crazy. She was scheduled for something different every night of the week. If it wasn't voice lessons, it was guitar. If it wasn't cheer, she was tagging along to one of her mom's gigs or babysitting the annoying next-door neighbor. And that was without complex fractions. There was always something she had to do. And yet somehow, Herc had found a way to be part of the family and still lounge around all day. In fact, it's what he was best at. Zya, on the other hand, she'd always been a little wild. Well, wilder than most of the other kids, at least. And sometimes it got her in a pickle. Like that one time she blew up on Dane after he poked her under the desk the entire class period. And of course, Mrs. Myers didn't notice a thing until she struck back. She thought it was quite clever of her, and deserved, to grab his hand and pull so quickly that it caused Dane's head to smack against the desk. Mrs. Myers disagreed. Somehow she was always the one who got in trouble, even when she was just standing up for herself. As far as Zya was concerned, though, being spunky was less of a problem than a superpower. The only problem was that most people were too blind to see for themselves. Herc extended his chin as if to point out exactly where he'd like to receive his scratches, and Zya obliged. She loved him more than anything else. Well, almost anything else. Anyone but Elijah. Zya and Elijah had known each other since they were 5 or 6, and the two were basically inseparable. He was a grade ahead and balanced Zya's impulsive, headstrong nature with a more cautious and soft-spoken approach. Eli was always tinkering, and anything with gears and circuits was fair game. "You should be an inventor or something," she'd said the last time they were together, as she watched him work on a circuit board. "That'd be cool," he said, shrugging his shoulders, attention glued to his latest obsession. He was quiet, and yet Zya got the feeling he wanted more than he let on. In that way, they were the same. She had such little control over her life. And on top of that, for some reason, adults always assumed she was incapable of making decisions or thinking for herself. It was infuriating. All she wanted was respect, and she didn't think she was asking for too much. "Just wait," they'd say. "Appreciate your childhood." But none of them seemed to understand. Zya was a dreamer. All around her, strewn across the bed, lay
Sample complete. Ready to continue?